Hey guys, what's up? It's Umbruhh here, and today I am back again with another Final Fantasy XIV commentary. So, I've been kind of lacking in terms of Final Fantasy content lately, just cause I haven't been playing the game a lot lately because it doesn't really feel like there's a lot to do at the moment. And that's one of the problems that I've noticed with Stormblood in terms of this patch. I feel like some of the problems with Stormblood is the lack of content, the lack of interesting content, more specifically during the off patches. And more specifically, to explain what I mean patches that begin with an odd number, so 4.1 or 4.3 and probably even 4.5. And so what I mean by that is basically the patches that have the 24-man raids instead of the 8-man raids that is focusing on the Omega raids. So Deltascape, Sigmascape, and the next patch is going to have Alphascape. But the off patches, which contain the 24-mans, I feel like there isn't really much to do in 4.1. There wasn't really much to do after a while during 4.1 and 4.3. I mean, there was in the first 2 months, but now it just feels kind of boring. I mean, for example, when 4.3 came out, I played the shit out of it. Same I did with any other update. But then, a month later, I started to get a little bored. What they released during this patch was the new story quests that would conclude the story arc in Doma, and I'd say it was a great story with a fulfilling end. They added the Tsukuyomi trial, which is arguably one of my favorite trials in the game so far. Definitely my favorite in Stormblood. And then they also added a new dungeon, a new 24-man raid, which I haven't done in a while. I think I've only done it 3 times. I also made a video about my problems with the 24-man raids, but in this video we're going to be talking about something else. I just feel like there's not enough content to do after a while. It just seems kind of boring. I mean, the cool thing, during, the even number patches, so, 4.2, or, the updates where they release, the tier raids, I feel like you have more incentive to play it, because those are also the patches that boost the item level, and, it's actually fun to do, and there's interesting mechanics, and there's actual incentive to do it. Whereas for the 24-man raids, it just feels oh, you can just get gear. I mean, there are some incentive for, those that do need to get their item level up, but for those who already have their item level as high as they need it to be, there's just not enough incentive other than just doing it for glamour or completion purposes. Or Wondrous Tales if you still do that, but whereas in the odd number patches, you can do the raids to further your gear and go into Savage. I mean, granted, in the odd numbers, they're giving us, ultimate trials, which I'm ashamed to say that I can't do them because I haven't cleared Savage. But, other than that, it just feels like there's not enough incentive, and it starts to get a little dry. One of the other problems I also have is how during the odd number patches, so I've noticed this in 4.1 and 4.3. 4.1, they introduced only one dungeon, which also kind of disappointed me, the Drowned City of Scala. And then in 4.2, they released 2 dungeons, which were pretty good. The Fractual Continuum Pyre, which was a remake of the dungeon from Heaven's Ward, and Hell's Lid, which was also pretty cool, how we got to fight a turtle Yoda at the end. I swear to God, he looks like Yoda. And, but in 4.3, we get Swallow's Compass, which is a beautiful dungeon with awesome music. Used it in one of my machinimas. But the problem is that has pissed me off so much this patch is, I don't know why, because I know there's 3 other dungeons still in Expert Roulette, but for some reason that's the only dungeon that ever fucking pops up, it's always Swallow's Compass. Nothing else. Even though the other two from the last patch are still in the rotation, it's always Swallow's Compass. So it's kind of hard not to get burned out on the same dungeon over and over when you're grinding for tomestones. And that's also one of the main reasons that I've been kind of disappointed about Stormblood so far, is how they've only been releasing one dungeon per off patch, whereas in Heavensward they release 2 dungeons per they release 2 dungeons every patch instead of just every 2 patches. So to wrap it all up, the takeaway is I feel like there's not really much to do in Stormblood during the off patches because of those reasons. But these are just my thoughts. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much. You guys are awesome. Be sure to subscribe for me for more Final Fantasy XIV content. I also want to make other gaming videos too. But anyways, guys, I will see you guys later. Love you all. Umbruhh out.